Hey, all right. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. What is going on in the world today? I'm going to take a minute here, just like we usually do. Let's get a couple people on here. If you jump on in any one of the platforms, say hello. Let me know you guys are out there in the old interweb lands. Let me know where you're at. Hope everybody's doing well, staying warm. It is snowing up here right now. Patty Catter, good morning. I need some more HMG coffee, placing an order. Patty, right now we have Kickstart and Brazilian. I think you like the Brazilian. Gabe, what's up, brother? Gabriel, I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks, bro. Seriously, I can't wait till you get up here, man. I think we're gonna have a good time. How's everybody doing? We got some people over on TikTok. Thank you. Facebook. Thank you. Instagram. We got everybody. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's have a good Friday today. Lots to talk about. It's freezing in Florida. It's 60 in the 60s. I Patty, I don't feel bad for you at all right now. That's it's those of you on TikTok, let me know where you're at in the world. Jump on, say hello, and welcome. Welcome to our live. Brazilian's the best. My voice sounds weird, does it? I don't. Does my voice sound? It always sounds weird. Crazy. So I woke up this morning and all of this white powder stuff looked like Hunter Biden sneezed really hard and all this white stuff came out. It's crazy, crazy. Lots and lots of I know some of you are like, really? A lot of snow. There's probably 2-3 inches of snow out right now. It's still coming down pretty thick. So my rest of my afternoon is going to be pretty much snow blowing and helping people in and around my community. We got some elderly people that can't shovel and whatnot. So we're going to get them taken care of. Yeah, Patty. So let's talk about this shit. I remembered to wear the bow tie today, and I'm in one of those moods where I thought I'd wear the big sexy shirt today. I had to do it. Had to go with big sexy today. Um, Big sexy favorite. They are not a sponsor. I just like the shirt, but favorite fishing company, rods and reels. You can check them out. There's a free plug for them. Uh, I love their stuff. I got several of their setups and whatnot. But I have the hat to match it. It's in the car right now. So Gabe says I have a shirt that says mid-size sex. Well, bring it along. Bring it along when you get up here, man. Love to see it. A lot of people over on TikTok. TikTok world, hello. We're new to TikTok, so appreciate you guys jumping on. Say hello. Don't be shy. Um, I'm digging this. I'm digging this. Good stuff this morning. So, how is everybody else doing? Seriously, it's been kind of a crazy week. Cold here in the U.S. All over the place. Lots and lots of snow hitting the northern part of the United States. Midwest is getting it quite a bit. I think we're getting it out here in the Northeast. So it's absolutely nuts. Ryan Hunt, good morning, sir. How are you? Ryan, I got to text you later. I got some news about uh, Fort Drum. I might be going up there for the first time. So, yeah, digging this. What? Let's get started. Now I got quite a few of you on here on all the different platforms. Let's get started. I want to hear your guys'. I like to take a couple of headlines and just kind of talk about them, right? Things that go on, and let's hit them up here. And my video froze, so give me just a second. I love it when it does that. Technology, you gotta love it. Um, so one of the first, uh, what was it? One of the first headlines There we go. Was he wasn't wrong. JP Morgan Chase CEO defends Trump, warns Biden to stop slamming MAGA voters. Now, this obviously, we got people all over the world right now. So this ties into some of these headlines are here in the United States, although I do have a few that are going to affect the world here. So stay tuned. I was kind of surprised to see the CEO from JP Morgan Chase defend uh, Trump. When you look at the interview and you see it from the different news stations, you can tell that the anchors were getting or the reporters were getting uncomfortable. Check it out. It was and you can just simply do um, JP Morgan Chase. Let me see here. Next one. Nope, that's the same thing. It was I put that one on there twice. I'm not sure why I did that. Next one is MSNBC refuses to carry Trump's Iowa victory speech. Have you seen this speech from MSNBC? And what's funny about it is there's not a lot of it going around. You see the clip, you'll see the clips on social media. You won't really see it on any of the other news channels. MSNBC has invoked fascism or used the term fascist 1,600 times in 2023 alone. Critics believe the network is attempting to divide with polarizing rhetoric. What are your guys' thoughts on MSNBC and being fascist or trying to promote fascism, so to speak? Um, it's and she goes on there, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't think she deserves it. But she basically said, it's we have to constantly. It's not because we're against him. It's we're ex whatever lady. As soon as she said that, it was like diarrhea of the mouth. Like she was talking because she liked to hear herself speak. The news is dead. Yeah, mainstream media is dying. We are witnessing it. And here's the thing: they're trying, and those of you on TikTok and whatnot, or in other countries and whatnot, welcome. Um, it's dying all over the world. The news organizations, they're trying to take control, and this is actually a good transition into some of the other topics that I saw today or this week. Ryan says it's the news is dead minus HMG. You're damn right. You're damn right. You want entertainment? Now, see, I don't want to say that either because that's what they did in Rome, right? Back in the day. Like give them bread and entertainment and you can control the masses. I don't want to control anybody. I just want to provide you guys what's being said and then have you guys take time and look this stuff up and come to your own conclusions with it. That's what we need to be doing. So this week, you're talking about the media and whatnot. Zelensky took stage, the president of Ukraine. He takes the stage in Davos over there in Switzerland. I hope I probably said it wrong. Whatever. And he tries to rally support for Ukraine. Now, this week, all the World Economic Forum, and all the so-called cronies met this week, and you didn't see a lot of coverage on it. And the coverage that you did see was very limited. Why? Well, I'll tell you. He goes in and rallies, tries to rally a speech of why we need to give more money, why everybody needs to give more money to the Ukraine to protect themselves from Russia. That's what he says, not me. Look that up. But on the other part of that, the World Economic Forum's president announced, and this was on Tuesday at the summit, the Davos summit, that the world is moving towards a quote new world order. It's what he said, not me. Don't take my word for it. Look this up. New world order. WEF President Borge Blin, whatever his name is, made remarks this week in Switzerland in a discussion with Joe Biden's White House secretary advisor, Jake Sullivan, about how the world is experiencing a transitional phase of global governance. The one of the founders of WEF, Klaus Schwab, echoed his concerns on Tuesday, saying governments and decision makers must break the cycle of nationalism and individualism to achieve its great reset objectives. Whose objectives? His. The World Economic Forum, they want to control everybody. This is part of that great reset that's supposed to miraculously happen in 2030. That's what they're pushing towards. You have all of these people talking about reset, and you're talking about uh, global governance. There's no individuality anymore with anybody. I'm going to tell you how to think, and you're going to like it. That's what they're telling you. So, my question to all of you on all the different platforms that are watching around the world, my question to you is, what are you going to do if your government, wherever you are, says, hey, you're not an individual anymore. I'm going to tell you how to think. I'm going to tell you what to do. What is your response to that when you hear that? How does that, yeah, how does that make you feel? I who put these morons in charge? I don't remember learning that anybody elected them. It goes back to like you got to follow the money, figure out who's what, why they're saying what they're saying. And it's also funny since we're talking about the World Economic Forums. The son of the co-founder, Hassan Najid, calling for the arrest of Bill Gates, the World Health Organization, Big Pharma, and all of the World Economic Forum's leadership. To me, that's funny. That's funny right there. That the son of the co-founder wants everybody arrested. I think that's great. The son obviously has his head screwed on right. Again, those of you watching worldwide, how tell me what you guys think about this great reset that's supposed to happen. In the next 6 years, they're going to tell you that you cannot think for yourself. You are no longer an individual. They're already trying to create these 15-minute cities. You can't go outside a 15-minute radius of where you live. Let's hear people's I really am curious to hear people's thoughts on the World Health or excuse me, the World Economic Forum. Brian, time to unplug from the matrix. Yep. And it's yeah, F that. No, I hear you. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Navy man. Yeah, it blows my mind that we've come this far that the World Economic Forum's president wants a great reset. And what's actually another thing, there's so much that happened over there this week with the WEF is that the WEF also demands censorship of industrial scale disinformation. They want to censor disinformation. Here's the thing. This goes back to a lot of it you hear like they want to censor disinformation. Oh, you would think, hey, that's great news. We have to dissect that. What do they consider disinformation? To me, that throws a red flag. To me, that's telling me that they decide whether what somebody else says is true or not true. To me, it looks like that's a way of controlling everybody else. All these social media platforms that we're on, eventually that's going to come to a close where, and it already has. We've seen it over the last several years that people have had, so-called fact checkers and, all these other things. It's going to happen. It's going to happen again. We're going to see it again. 2024 is will be the largest election in world history. Not my words. That's what they said this year. One of the people at the WEF this week in Switzerland said 2024 is going to be the largest election in world history. They also said, quote, it's going to be the most important one. Put your seatbelts on, folks. 2024 is kicked off and we're in for a wild ride. We are in for a wild ride this week. This year, excuse me, this year. 2024 is already, and if you're, those of you in other countries and whatnot watching, again, thank you. Welcome. This is our first time on the TikTok platform. I got people over on Instagram. Thank you. Facebook, YouTube, all of you guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. The Great Reset is coming. It's coming, or so they say, unless we do something about it. And again, don't take my word for it. Just take this information, start looking it up yourselves, and start thinking for yourselves. Does it make sense? To me, a lot of this stuff does not make sense on why they're doing it. It's a control move. Again, my opinion. All right, let's move on from the cronies at the WEF here. Chinese Communist Party billionaire secretly purchased 200,000 acres of U.S. land a decade ago, and they're just finding out about it. Just finding out about it. Really? He's the second largest foreign owner of farmland in the United States. A lot of politicians are pissed off about it. They want to know how, or they want to know why his $85 million purchase was secret for nearly a decade. A decade. Secret for a decade. He bought nearly 200,000 acres of farmland in Oregon in 2015 at a reported $430 an acre. Are you kidding? An acre. Andy over on TikTok, what's coming? They said right. The World Economic Forum said that there's a great reset coming. They want to control everybody. Andy, that's what the reference was in regards to. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Yeah, the World Economic Forum. Yeah, unreal. Unreal. But moving on. Yeah, the Chinese. So it's $430 an acre. I say that because I've been looking at land lately in several states. $430 an acre. I didn't even know you could buy land back in 2015 at $430 an acre. I don't think you can. Yep, Andy, they're coming. They're coming. Or apparently they're here, Andy. Apparently they're here. Who knew? Who knew? Next up, the FAA diversity push to hire workers with severe intellectual disabilities sparks concern. Okay. Intellectual disabilities. What does that mean exactly? And if the FAA is doing it, are they approving pilots? I'd be a little apprehensive of getting on a plane if a pilot had severe intellectual disability that prevented them to making either a good decision or what have you, especially when so many lives are on the line. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting one as well. So moving on, lots going on in the world. What do we have here? I'm not saying that one, Andy. Yeah, it could be, perhaps. Perhaps. Andy over at TikTok says, "Isn't the Illuminati the new world order?" You know, it changes. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not here to tell you what it is and isn't. I'm here to give you things that I've seen and put them out there as tools for you guys to research and come to conclusions on your own. But I appreciate the comments, especially the coming worldwide. This is great. All right, guys, we got to get into the shows. We've had a lot of shows. So, real quick, those of you that have been with me for a while on Facebook and Instagram, those of you over on TikTok, if this is your first time joining this live feed here at Heroes Media Group, digital media platform and publishing company, we help a lot of podcasters. We do anything from publishing to um, we do publishing, audio, video editing, hosting, and a slew of other things. We got a great network, a fairly large network, and it continues to grow. The reason why we started Heroes Media Group, um, we want to highlight community heroes, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, educators, clergy. Um, More importantly, on a worldwide basis, we want to recognize those in our community, and we wanted to change the dynamic of how media was consumed and delivered. There's a lot of negativity in the world. I just brought up a lot of it right here, but I do that so we can learn from it and find the good and what we can take the negative and change that into a positive in some form or fashion moving forward. So those of you that are new, again, welcome. But that's what we're about. We want to create more positive things. I want to hear from everybody all over the world. Let's hear the positive stories that are going on, or let's hear what's going on and how can we make things positive moving forward. So that's it. Again, welcome. So what we're going to do now is a part of the show where I get into some of the podcasts that are on Heroes Media Group. Um, we got a new podcast that's recently joined Every Man's Odyssey. You can check them out, and you can check out all the shows that we have uh, by simply going to heroesmediagroup.com. You can follow us on the social platforms as well. Um, and all the shows can be heard. You can, like, again, you can find them on the website, and they're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, basically anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. You can find all the shows as well. So, Andy, I help the poor by feeding them food. If I have some, Andy, that's God bless you, man. Andy's doing a great thing. Andy, where are you from? Do you mind sharing where you are from? Appreciate it. That's awesome. And that's a good thing. Andy says that he feeds the poor by if he's got food, he gives it to them. L.A. L.A. And they need it out there. My God. God bless you, Andy. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get into the shows, folks. Let's get into the shows. First up, we got the Feed the People, Buy the People. This week's topic is food for thought. They're just deconstructing the covert ties between processed foods, corporate entities or corporate interests, and mental health, all to fulfill their mission to help you shake the hand that feeds you. Listen, we've said this, Andy. Thank you. We've said this before. My friend AJ Richards, you can find him on Instagram, and you can find Feed the People, Buy the People. Here in the U.S., we're really trying to get involved with knowing your local farmers and ranchers. Know what you are consuming in your body, right? Your body's your temple, right? That's You want to know what's in there. And a lot of the crap that is going on right now, they got this fake meat, lab grown meat. Bill Gates has got companies that are creating all this crap that, anyway, know what you're eating, right? Know what you're consuming, know what you're putting in your body. Buy local. Find a local rancher. Find a local farmer. Those of you that eat meat, I do it personally. I bought a cow uh, late last year. I'm working with a rancher with chickens, a different rancher that does chickens. And you got to ask the questions, are they GMO? Are they, what are they fed? And you can learn all this stuff through Feed the People, Buy the People. They go through all this stuff, questions to ask farmers and local ranchers. So you're getting quality goods. It's amazing. So check it out. Feed the People, Buy the People. Next up, John Mayo podcast this week. Moments worth remembering. This week they dive into profound impact of genuine gratitude. Oh, I love this. The art of heartfelt expression and the power of celebrating everyday connections. I think that's a big thing. This was a great episode, John. John's a good friend. I love this. You really need to check him out. He's all about expressing gratitude and how we can be thankful and grateful for the things that we do have, right? I know sometimes at the beginning of the show we talk about some of the negative things that are going on in the world, and that again, I do that just so we can learn and kind of recognize what we do have and how meaningful and grateful that we should be for the things that we have, right? So check it out. That's the John Mayo podcast. John, thank you, brother. Next up, we have the Hero Academy with our man, host Super Dave. This week, Private Eye to Government Spy. Ooh, we're getting a lot of spy stuff here on the network lately. CIA, FBI folks, I love it. Gavin Stone, a seasoned security intelligence covert specialist with over 20 years of global experience, joins the show this week. He served government organizations like the British Ministry of Defense. He's worked in corporations with VIPs. Particularly, his expertise is in surveillance, anti-surveillance, and time-sensitive human analysis in high-risk situations. Pretty cool episode. Interesting guy. Get to know him. You want to find out more about it, listen to the Hero Academy with Super Dave. Check it out. Next up, we have Beyond the Rut podcast. This week, are you ready to rewire your mindset and achieve your goals? This week, you're going to explore the power of somatic coaching with special guest Jay Fields and discover how turning your body's intelligence can lead to personal growth and transformation. But what happens when your nervous system overrides your awareness? That's the question. What happens when your nervous system overrides your mental awareness? You got to listen to the episode to find out. So check it out. That's this week's Beyond the Rut. Oh, I love it. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. I love it. Next up, Label Free Podcast. This week, Ferris Alhu, an author, keynote speaker, and founder of Startup with Ferris. Ferris shares his journey as an entrepreneur from starting and scaling business in the Silicon Valley to selling them for 7 and 8 figures. He also discusses his passion for martial arts, specifically Aikido. Good art. I like that. And how it has helped him find balance and focus in his life. Martial arts tends to do that. Those of you that have done it. I love it. I love it. This is great. Check it out. That's Label Free Podcast. Next up, we got Misfit Nation Podcast. Love this one. This week, and this one here, they do a live show. Misfit Nation does a live episode a couple times a week, and you can check them or check out Rich, Army veteran, good dude. Misfit Nation, you can follow them on social media. This week's guest, Nico Lagan, he's an influential entrepreneur, men's coach, author, and he's the host of the thought-provoking podcast, the Nico Logan Show, which has over 100,000 followers and anywhere from 5 to 10 million views a month. It's crazy. He's a beacon of empowerment. A path to success is a testament of power and transformation. Raised without a strong male figure in his life, he navigated towards destructive influences, ultimately finding himself in a life of addiction and drug dealing. But there was a moment there that led him to choose redemptions. And he talks about that in this episode. So it's pretty cool. Check it out. Misfit Nation podcast. Next up, we got Carry On Politics. This week, great episode. The ambitious and insightful Dominic Lombardi, excuse me. I wonder if there's any relation to Vince Lombardi. Anyway, Dominic, 20 years old, is only 20 years old, and wants to get into politics. He is a trailblazer on a mission to shape the future of the Republican Party. Dominic serves as a vice chairman of the Orange, Connecticut Republican Party. He is seeking nomination for chairman, which will make him one of the youngest in the entire country. I listened to this episode, and I got to tell you, this young man, very well spoken for 20 years old. His intellect is far beyond his years, and it kind of gives you hope listening to him. What could be moved forward in this country moving forward. So it's nice to see the young people getting into it. Mark Peterson, big Mark Peterson from People's Patriot Project. Love it. Mark's been a longtime friend. And here's, you want to check out a great organization, People's Patriot Project. Go check them out. Follow them on all the social channels. I have had the honor of watching this organization grow really from since its inception. They have a show on the network called We Got Your Six at Six. They do a live show on social media every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now they got some other shows that they do as well, but this particular show, they do like it's like, I call it I've always been calling it like a round table, because that's kind of what I think about. It's Mark and Andrea. They get all of these like musicians and a lot of veteran musicians and whatnot, and they highlight their music and they talk topics. And these two, it's just been fun to watch. It's fun to listen to. So please, by all means, check it out. People's Patriot Project. What do we have over here? Garrett Bischoff. There's a name I haven't said in a long time. Garrett, what's up, brother? How you doing? Carry On Politics. Yes, he's amazing. Yeah. Lindsay, I totally agree. 100%. 100%. Good show this week. Next up, Time to Shine Today with our man Scott Ferguson, aka Fergie. This week he speaks with Laura DeFranco, CEO of Brave Healer Productions. They dive into the world of holistic health and healing with a very transformative discussion. So great episodes. I love this. You got to check out Time to Shine Today. They do several episodes a week as well. So check them out. Time to Shine Today. Garrett, man, it's been a long time, Garrett. It's been a long time, and I appreciate the hookup. Got to meet your dad a couple months ago. Thanks for that. Over in Denver. We need to catch up. I'll hit you up this weekend. Reach out. I'd love to catch up with you and see what's going on with you. But I appreciate you jumping on and saying hello, man. Appreciate it. Love it. It has been. yeah. It's been far too long, man. All right. Next up, we got a couple more shows left. Stay with me, guys. The Shay Sparks Show. Are you hiding behind your scars? Or are you allowing those scars to heal you? This week's special guest is Dr. Lauren Michaels Harris. Dr. Harris is an aspiring individual. He's an amazing human, Air Force veteran. Love him dearly, and I was glad to see him on the Shay Sparks Show. He's been so Dr. Harris has been on. Well, first off, he is an executive producer at E360 Television Network and the president of Trajectory Television Network. He's a mentor. He's a coach, a TV presenter. He's been on NPR, Larry King, ABC, NBC, CNN. He's been on all of the news outlets. He's been on several, magazines, People Magazine, Shift Magazine, and a slew of others. But this was such a great episode. You learn a lot from it. So check it out. It's the Shay Sparks Show. What do we got next? Because Bikers Matter podcast. Listen, I say this every week, guys. If you're riding a motorcycle, this is the show you definitely want to listen to. The legendary Jim Lynch, the godfather, founder of Revelation One Concepts and Bike Show Mafia bike shows. Jim is not only a custom bike builder, but he's also a pivotal figure in the motorcycle community. That I can certainly vouch for. Totally agree. This was a great episode. I love it when Jim comes on the show. Check it out because bikers matter. Next up, environmentally speaking, welcome back. We're glad to have them back from the holiday vacation this week. And the show's changed a little bit. This week, Clarice welcomes Karen Browning. Karen is one of the new uh, people to the team, what partners, I should say, to the team. And this week they engage in the discussion of a recent court decision covering land use and zoning issues. This is crazy. I absolutely love it. Chloe, what's up? Good morning. Cole, what's up, man? This was an awesome episode, and this is eye-opening. I like this show. Most of this stuff that they cover is specifically towards like Rhode Island and Massachusetts, because that's where the show is located up in the Northeast. However, when you take the topics that this show discusses, they get viewers and listeners all over the country, and they're getting questions asked about who to reach out to in their local areas and whatnot, because they're seeing a lot of similarities in their different regions or whatnot. Zoning issues are a big thing, and that's really anywhere you go. And I was kind of surprised, like, you think about, hey, I own a piece of land and I want to build this house that covers the entire land. Well, there's zoning issues. There's certain things that you have to abide by. You say you want to build this big house on, let's say you have an acre of land and you want to cover, you know that acre. You can't do that. There's and a lot of us would think, okay, that's just common sense, but you would be surprised that it's not. So great episode this week. Karen, welcome. Absolutely love this episode. Check it out, environmentally speaking. Next up, we got the MSEC podcast, our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition, another great nonprofit organization that's doing so much for our military families, specifically the kids. This is what they're focused on. And this week, Dr. Becky Porter, an amazing woman, military veteran herself, she discusses a meeting the needs of military connected families through programs and initiatives such as their military student consultants and advocacy of the Purple Star schools through new and popular MSEC 360 summits. If you're in the military, whether you're active duty, guard, reserve, and you have children at home still, you need to be following this organization. They have so many resources that help parents and that help the kids. A lot of you that are active duty, when you PCS, it's hard on the kids. How do you work in? You got to find the new school. You got to make new friends. There's so many tools that help with that. And I love this organization and the things that they do. So check it out. That's this week's MSEC podcast. Next up, one of the OGs of HMG, the Arms Room. This week, they got Mark from Arizona Machine Gun Ordnance in the studio talking to you about the primary maintenance issues he finds with firearms that he works on. Interesting topic, eye-opening. And those of you, let me do a shout out real quick. Those of you here in the U.S. that are looking to do any type of like firearm training or medical training or whatnot, the Arms Room main company, if you will, is called Independence Training. Check it out. Independence trainingaz.com is their website, I believe, or you can get a hold of them at the Arms Room and tell them that you want training. They train all over. They travel all over the country. They do amazing classes. And when I have a question on anything that has to related with firearms or anything like that, Glenn is the first person I call. So check them out. They're great resource to have. The Arms Room. Check it out. All right, next up, we got Chasing Happiness. This week from blame to gain, right? Transforming your setbacks into success. Ryan this week, his recent experience, or he shares his recent experience with individuals in his business life struggling to take responsibility for their actions and the impact the mindset has had on the progress and success of the business. Pretty interesting episode. I like to check it out. This week's Chasing Happiness. Next up, we got the Joel Evans Show. Most olive oils that you see at the store, tainted, cut with other oils. They're not pure. So Joel had done some research and he found a wild crafted olive oil that is potent, rich, and loaded with antioxidants. That's what he talks about this week. And he shares it with you with a link as well. So check it out. Good episode, Joel Evans Show. Remember, those of you that are just joining over on the talk and whatnot, you can find all of the podcast shows on our website by simply going to heroesmediagroup.com. I got one more show. Stick with me. And then I got some shout outs I want to do for everybody out there. So last show this week, Rise Up. Voices from the front lines. Great to have them back on the network as well. Love it. Great new episode. This week, special guest, Stephen Nebist. He's a retired pararescueman. This week, they go deep into his military career and his progression into the symptoms of post-traumatic stress, the shock of transition, loss of identity, and the birth of Shields and Stripes, which is a great organization. You got to check this out. So great episode. Check it out. Voices from the front line. I got to give a shout out. Those of you here, and we got people all on the different platforms right now, all over the world. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. I'm truly blessed. Thank you. Here in the U.S., it's getting ready to be tax season. It's not the most wonderful time of the year. Maybe for your accountant and whatnot, or maybe you don't have one. But if you need one and you're not sure how to do those taxes, or you got a question on write-offs, etc., hit up our people over at My Tax Fella. Go to mytaxfella.com. Anthony, the founder, great dude. He's been doing all of my personal stuff and all of my businesses for the last several years. Tell them that we sent you. He's going to take care of you. His team has an amazing team that he's built over there. All great people. Go to mytaxfella.com. Check them out. JB Auto Clothiers, another great organization. If you are looking for a custom made-to-measure sport coat, jacket, suit, shirt, bow tie, what have you, they handle it. They can do it. And we're going to be traveling the country here in 2024, helping people look a lot better. So go check out JB Auto Clothiers. Give them a follow. It's a veteran-owned company, so please give them a like, a follow, and support them if you can. Alibi Tattoo. Love it. Whether you got some ink that you need done or maybe you need some ink removed, go check them out. They're in Hellam, Pennsylvania. So if you're in and around Pennsylvania, they're over in Hellam. Check them out. Forget Genetics. We're going to be seeing these guys up at the show. Oh, I got to mention that too, where we're going to be. But Forget Genetics. If you like, you deer hunters out there, this is the thing that you want to put in the woods or out in your fields. Forget Genetics. Go check them out. Forgetgenetics.com. Use promo code HMG. He's going to give you 10% off. Veteran-owned company. That's what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sisu Stamina. I love this stuff. Sisu Stamina. I take one of these. They're chewable forms. It gives me energy. I take it around 1 o'clock. It helps me get through the rest of the day. Great stuff. You go to Universal Learning Approach or go to ulauniverse.com. ulauniverse.com. Get these chewable tablets. You won't regret it. I love it. They got about a 60-day supply on these. These are great. If you use Heroes 10, They're going to give you 10% off at the when you check out. Got a Hold Brewing, Eureka Springs. If you're in and around Arkansas, go check out Got a Hold Brewing. Love their stuff. They're great people down there doing God's work. Love it. Motorcycle safety lawyers. All you motorcycle riders out there, these people need to be on your speed dial. Go check them out. And they do amazing things for the veteran communities as well. And veteran and kids organizations. I absolutely love them. Motorcycle safety lawyers, check it out. Jim Neary's Bait and Tackle. That's where you can find your favorite fishing reels, rods, and whatnot. Jim Neary's Bait and Tackle, love them. Warriors on the Water, LTD, another great organization, nonprofit organization. They take veterans out fishing. So great stuff. Thank you. Ops Lens, it's a partner of ours down in Florida, we'll say. Media company doing big things. Big things. Go check them out. Love those guys over there. Ops Lens, hats off to you guys. Keep up the good work. Home studio. If you want a home studio set up for podcasters, listen, if you're a podcaster and you need a home, we're welcoming podcasters right now on here on the HMG network. Go to heroesmediagroup.com. You can send us an email, DM us on any one of the social media platforms at Heroes Media GRP. We'd love to have you as part of the family. What else? Oh, where we're going to be. Hey, Omaha, Nebraska, January 27th through the 30th. We're going to be down there. Why? I go to Omaha every now and then. We're going to do a birthday celebration out there, but I will be out and about. If anybody in the Omaha area wants to meet up, let me know. Have lunch for you. I have a day or two where I can do some stuff with you there. February 3rd through the 11th. The Great American Outdoor Expo is going to be back in Harrisburg at the Farm Show, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It is the world's largest hunting and fishing expo. You don't want to miss it. Come check it out. We're going to be there. Our friend Gabriel is going to be up here. It's a blast. If you are an outdoorsman, if you like to hunt, you like to fish, this is the place you want to be. The Great American Outdoor Expo, the Great American Outdoor Show. Come check it out. We'll be there February 3rd through the 11th. What else? CPAC down in DC, February 21st through the 24th. February 21st through the 24th, we'll be down in DC. More things to come. Oh, we'll be in Nashville for Label 22's party on February 29th. So anybody in the Nashville area want to get together, let us know. We'll be down there February 29th. That's it. I'm running out of time. I'm out of time. The snow is calling. What else? Hey, listen, if it's snowing in your area, two things. One, don't eat the yellow snow. And don't do snow angels in the dog park, okay? That's your tip for the week. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Listen, everybody, all the different platforms here, I'm looking just at the cameras. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this week on this episode of the Weekly Wrap Up. Get outside this weekend. Shut these phones and the computers off. Get outside. Spend time with loved ones. And remember, if you're watching something, you see something on social media, starts to trigger something, remember, slow it down. Take a step back. Take a deep breath. Remember, we need to start critical thinking. That's a lost art. We got to start thinking for ourselves, okay? And be good to your neighbor. That's it. That's all the time I got today. I appreciate everybody. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.